Hello, lovelies. This is 5 Minute Manifesting. I'm your host, Lovey Brown. Thank you so much for listening. I'm thrilled that you're here. And today, I want to talk to you about how to find the right affirmation for you. So an affirmation is a thought that you're going to deliberately choose to think. You're going to select it and think it over and over again. You're going to affirm to your mind what you believe to be true, what you want to be true, what you want to manifest, how you want to feel. Affirmations can do lots of different things for you. But all affirmations aren't created equal, and they really need to be something that you select for yourself. You have to select one that resonates with you and resonates in your body even, is how I feel it. And so you can kind of tell this. I'm going to try to explain how it feels to me so that you can kind of get a picture of this. So when I'm deciding on a new affirmation, because I usually like to stick to just one or two affirmations if I'm choosing to use affirming as my focusing method. So if I'm using affirming as my focusing method, I like to have an affirmation and I'll try out a bunch of different ones. And I will know that it's the right one when I get kind of this feeling of relief. And really in manifesting and focusing work, what you're always reaching for is a feeling of relief. Like you have this tension in your body somewhere, almost like you're holding your breath. And then when you hit on that right affirmation, you let that breath out. You didn't realize you were holding your breath. And when you hit that moment of relief, you realize, oh, that's it. And it resonates with you. It resonates. Like that feeling of resonance in your body is your body letting you know this is it. You're on to something. This is what we're going for. This is the thought. Select it, and now let's focus on it. And so the way you do this is like I said, you just try out a bunch of different affirmations. And sometimes it's that very first one that's the one. And even if I get that feeling right away and I feel really settled in it, I'll still go on to try other ones just to see what feeling they give me. Now, if you are a person who likes a bunch of different affirmations and you want to say a bunch of different affirmations and you don't want to let any part of it go, that's okay. You don't have to use this one affirmation method that I'm talking about. You can still use lots of different affirmations, but you want to make sure that even in the times you're using lots of different affirmations, that all of those feel good for you, that you don't have any that feel clunky or that make you tense up even more. So let's just do a quick exercise to kind of like test what I'm talking about. So just kind of notice how your body is feeling right now. If you have any tension, like right now, I do have a little bit of tension. Like I can feel it in the back of my neck. And so I do have some tension. So I just want to notice that and I want to pay attention to that because that's the area that I want to feel relief as I work through deciding on my best affirmation. And so let's just do an example of money manifesting. And so let's say I'm going to try on the affirmation, money flows to me like water. And I noticed when I said that, money flows to me like water, a little bit of that tension in my neck released. All of it didn't release. There's still some there, but I noticed a little tiny bit of it did. And so I can know that affirmation is pretty good, but maybe it's not the exact right one that I want to select. And so then I would just keep going and I would think, I am a money magnet. I would try on that affirmation. And so when I said that affirmation, I felt like some tension in my face release that I didn't know I even was holding in my face. But that neck tension, it didn't release anymore. That's okay. That's still a good affirmation, right? And then maybe I just brainstorm other affirmations. I am abundance. I am abundance. I am abundance. And so that one feels pretty good. I like the way that one feels. I didn't have a strong release of tension in my body. And I don't have a ton of tension in my body, but just a little bit that I can feel that I have. It didn't release a lot of it, but it didn't feel bad either. So sometimes there are affirmations that don't feel good, that you get more tension. I don't know that I can think of an example that would do that to my body right now, but I know when I've done this exercise, so just pay attention to that. Pay attention to does this affirmation just feel off or clunky? Even if you hear it, maybe it was one of mine that I just said, maybe it's an affirmation you've heard somewhere else. If you hear an affirmation and it just feels off, kind of like the dissonant notes on a piano or something, like the record scratch, if you have that kind of feeling, that is not the affirmation for you. That does not resonate with you. Now, you can put it aside if you have a really strong reaction to it. That's something to pay attention to. You can kind of put that affirmation aside and look at that later. But that's not the affirmation you want to use for focusing right now. It doesn't mean that you can't come around to an affirmation, because if you do have a really strong reaction to it, it probably does mean something is inside of you reacting to that. And you may or may not want to explore that. That is completely up to you. But it's not the affirmation you want to use for focusing work right now until you can kind of soothe that discord internally inside of yourself. And so that's what I wanted to share with you today. Really take time to pay attention to the affirmations you're selecting. Pay attention to how they're affecting your body. Pay attention to how they're affecting you. And then once you get that feeling of relief, that feeling of tension in your body releasing, continue to focus on that affirmation, and your manifestation is on its way. Thank you so much for listening. May you manifest exactly what you want.